Edo Labour Party fumes, okay, as Obidient movement backs APC candidate. Oh boy. I know that the Edo Labour Party has been having issues with their leadership, and that is why the state executives have been replaced by a critical committee led by a lady. And so with all the fracas going on, I know that because now the Obedient are different from Labour Party. They said they are non-partisan. They are supporting Obi because of Obi's personality, and they are not tied to Labour Party, so they can support anybody they want to support, both across the country, across the states. And so they have exercised that power now in Edo State by leaving Olumide Akpata to go and support Monday Okpebolo of APC. This is a serious matter. A group on the platform of Obidient Movement has pledged support for the Edo State All Progressive Congress candidate, Senator Monday Okpebolo, ahead of the September 21, 2024 governorship election in the state. The group, which comprised members from the Edo South Senatorial District on Monday, declared support for the APC candidate because of his close ties with the people. However, the Edo State chapter of the Labour Party condemned the support to the APC candidate, saying that it was absurd for people who call themselves members of the Obidient movement to support candidates of other parties. The Obidient movement, a youth movement which became famous during the build-up to the 2023 presidential election, was to coordinate and propagate the activities of the presidential candidate of the Labour Party, Mr. Peter Obi, for the election. So after the election, the party, under the leadership of Julius Abure, created the Obidient Directorate to cater to the yearnings of the members, but it was renamed after Obi's rebuttal. Exactly. So Obi had claimed that the Obidient movement did not belong to any political party and should not be named as a directorate of any party. So speaking during a meeting with Okpebolo, the coordinator general of the Obidient movement for Okpebolo, Igbinebo, okay, described the members of the movement as lovers of good governance, fairness, and accountability. He added, "We supported Peter Obi, the Labour Party's presidential candidate in the 2023 election, because we felt it was the turn of the Igbo." Okay, I think that's your idea. Right now in Edo, it is the turn of Esan, and we need the most qualified to work for everybody and not a stranger. Okpebolo, receiving the group, lauded the members for the support and pledged to repay the confidence reposed in him if voted to power. So he promised to surpass the achievement of Governor Godwin Obaseki in the first year of his administration. Now, if they have done well, I would not have contested. I urged you to, punish them with your votes, because if you leave it for them, our unborn children will suffer, he added. Reacting, the Edo Labour Party Secretary and Public Relations Officer Sam Uropa said it is absurd to hear that Obidient movement is supporting Okpebolo, just the way some also said they were Obidient movement for Aswa Iwedalu. The Obidient movement is synonymous with the Labour Party and integral members of the party. Who told you? So they have forgotten so soon how the party was denied the use of the Sam Obemodia Stadium before the presidential election. So how can these people now declare support for Okpebolo or Iwedalu? For me, they have run out of ideas and do not know what they are doing at this point in time. They cannot be Obidient movement and work against the party's candidate, Olumide Akpata. So the problem is that a lot of people came to Labour Party to just get the name, Labour, and get the glory. Even Akpata himself, I don't trust him. I'm sure he's in Labour Party just to get the name through the Labour Party and get the fame. He cannot tell me that after he wins, if he wins, so that he will perpetually remain in Labour Party or move to another party. I don't trust all of them. Meanwhile, this group that are calling themselves Obidient are just paid group that, I don't know how to put them, whether they're hungry group, they are sycophants. APC are taking some part, PDP are taking some part, and some are still remain with the Labour Party. And are using Obidient name because Obidient movement is now very popular and anybody can shine with the name. That is why I see them. If they are genuine obedient, they won't do what they are doing. That is it. They won't do what they are doing. So I have some comments here from individuals. I know people will react seriously to what is happening in Edo State. Okay, somebody said, "Some God will punish you because of this your fake news. Witty concern Obidient with APC." Well, then they punish the person who publish them. God I beg you. We appreciate your help. When anytime you say fake news, Oprah will come out to defend themselves. That is it. And somebody say, "Turn the fire your people." How? Obedience are Indigo youth. We don't want them in APC. They are criminals organization members of IPOB. Can you imagine? This one now is from the West. When they talk about obedience like this, people from the western part of Nigeria will just go wild. Obedience are simply for Peter Obi and not Labour Party. Okay? Just as it's been declared. Let me say you are absolutely wrong and misleading the people of great conscience. Peter Obi alone cannot make a forest, but with the entire Labour Party followers and Obedient movement. Okay? Fine distinction. Only obedience will understand, obedience won't. That is it. So now there are obedience and there are obedience. Abi? Okay, or someone say, no, you are the one who doesn't understand obedience. Okay? Who doesn't understand? Obedience are simply Obi supporters who would support him regardless of his party affiliation. So nobody is saying Obi can make it alone. Just like it is that Obi must not win the presidency under Labour Party. He could come out next from the Zenith Party or any other party and his supporters would vote for him anywhere. I hope you understand the point. You understand the point now. You have to understand it too. Okay? We remain committed to Labour Party, Olumide Akpata and Kadiri. No going back. These are the people that are true obedient. It is always fair to use your brain correctly. Labour Party goes nowhere without the obedient movement, and the obedient movement is a divided house. Obedient movement for Monday. Can you imagine what they are trying to shine now? Obedient movement for Monday, Okpebolo, APC. Obedient movement for Ase Odalo. Obedient movement for Akpata and Peter Obi. A house divided against itself can never stand. This is exactly what they did in the presidential election, and Peter Obi thought they were all for him. When they claimed to be won, they lost the presidential election. Is it now that they are in factions that they will win? While men slept, the enemy came and sowed tares. How can you rely on a woman obedience that have 3 husbands, Labour Party, APC and PDP, and will marry more husbands in the future? Whoever she likes, she will say is the father of her child. Can you imagine what I've reduced disobedient to? God will help us. So thank you for listening. Let's have your comment. There are so many other comments here, but we won't be able to finish all of them. So the Labour Party, or rather the obedient movement in Edo State, is not divided between Labour Party, APC, and PDP, which is not a good news to hear.